Welcome to our channel Classified Community. So today we will be doing the generation of rotating magnetic field as well as the principle of the operation. So what do you think? What is the generation of the rotating magnetic field? See, there is the three supply, right, which is given to the stator. One is your red, one is your yellow, and one is your blue, right? And all of them is in a angle of 120 degree, 120 degree, right? We know this tells us that these three supplies are in a such a way that they are in a 120 degree angle, right? So it says that whenever there is a rotating magnetic field at that point of time, at any instant of omega t, at any instant of omega t, the magnitude is same. The magnitude is same, but your phase will be different. Okay, that means the phase will change at position. The resultant will change its angle, but your magnitude will be same. Mag will be same. Okay, I hope you understood till this. So see. So it says that when a stator winding is connected to a three-phase voltage supply. So we know that in an induction motor, what happens? There is a stator and there is a rotor, right? So in this stator, we are given the three-phase supply. Three-phase supply. So that only being same. When a three-phase stator winding is connected to a three-phase voltage supply, three-phase current will flow in the winding. That means in the stator, the three-phase current will be flow, which also will induce three-phase flux in the stator. We know that in an electromagnetic induction principle, what happens? Whenever the conductor get close to the magnetic field, that means whenever we move the coil in the magnetic field, there is a change in the flux. As there will be a change in the flux, an EMF will get induced and that EMF will cause the current. Similarly, here also, whenever there is a current being flowing in the winding, at that point of time, the flux will also get induced in the stator, as well as there will be a voltage is also being supplied to the stator, so the current will start flowing. Due to that, as well as a flux will also get induced, and this flux which rotate the speed is called your synchronous speed. We have done in this slip that it should be an asynchronous speed. That means it should be less than the synchronous speed, right? So what I have said, that the stator is constant but its magnetic field change, right? So that is only being said that the flux is called as the rotating magnetic field, and this flux which you know is the rotating magnetic field. So we can represent synchronous speed as n is equal to 120 f by p. That means P is your what? P is the number of poles, whereas F is the frequency of the supply, and it is in RPM, that is revolution per minute. So let's brief all the points that in a stator we will give three-phase supply. At that point of time, there will be a current will flow through the winding which will induce EMF, and that flux which will rotate of a speed will be a synchronous speed, and that flux is a rotating magnetic field. And the expression for the synchronous speed is that ns is your synchronous speed and f is your frequency of the supply and p is the number of poles. I hope you understood till this. Now let's move on. So see, here there are three colors. You can see this blue one is your single phase. That means its equation will be what? Yes, if this all your phi m, that means maximum flux, then your equation will be what? Phi m sine omega t that means it is in the 0 degree, whereas the green one is lagging by 120 degree. So it will be phi m sine omega t minus 120 degree, whereas the red one will be minus 240 degree. Okay, so here what happens, as I told, whenever you do phase changes, that means at point 0 degree your blue one will be 0, but whenever it is the green one, it will be minus root 3 by 2. When you solve, when you put where sine omega t in the place of omega t, when you put 0, it is sine minus 120 degree, right? It is, see, it is sine omega t minus 120 degree, right? And that means when I put this omega t as 0, it is sine minus theta, or you can say minus 120 degree. When you solve this sine minus theta or sine minus 120 degree, you get what? You get root 3 by 2 phi m, but it is in the minus. Similarly, for the third color, it will be plus root 3 by 2 phi m, and that means the resultant will be your what? The resultant will be your 3 by 2 phi of m. This 3 by 2 phi of m will always be constant. That means for omega t equal to 0, it will be same. For omega t equal to 60 degree also, it will be 3 by root 2. For everything, the magnitude will be same. I am not solving the resultant. I think you can do, but I can show you how it will be. As it was minus of root 3 by 2. First, let's make the diagram. See, this was a red line. This is your yellow and this is your blue, right? So minus blue will be this side. This side will be your minus blue, which is your minus root 3 by 2. Okay, and this is your plus root 3 by 2. So the resultant will be like this. If this one is your minus, this one is your plus, so this black portion will be your resultant. That means the resultant will be 2 phi m cos 30 degree. Okay, so when you solve, you will get 3 by 2 phi m. That means whenever the omega t changes, the magnitude remains the same. Only your resultant position changes. See, the resultant position is been changing. So I hope you understood through this. So now let's move on to the principle of the operation. So the principle of the operation states that the rotating magnetic field cuts the rotor winding. So we know that in the rotor part, the magnetic field at that point of time it rotates. So the rotor work is the revolving portion, right? So at there the rotating magnetic field cuts this rotor winding. Okay, so it will cut the rotor winding and it will produce an induced voltage in that rotor winding. So what it will do, it will produce an induced voltage in the rotor winding. Due to the fact that the rotor winding are short, what happens in the squirrel cage as well as in the wound rotor, this rotor winding is short circuited due to this reason, because it gets an induced voltage whenever the rotating magnetic field cuts the rotor winding, and induced current flows in the rotor winding. Okay, so we done with the first 2 points. The third point states that the rotor current produces another magnetic field. It was producing a rotating magnetic field, but it again produces another magnetic field when there is a rotor current. Okay, and the fourth point, it says that a torque is produced due to the interaction between those two magnetic field. That means the two magnetic field that are flux densities of the rotor and the stator. That means Br is your rotor flux density and Bs is your stator flux density. So this is your induced EMF, and these 4 points are the principle of operation. So let's brief one more time what we have learned. In the generation of the rotating magnetic field, what happens? Whenever the resultant changes, that means omega t is changing, but is resultant is changing its direction, but the magnitude is remaining same. And the principle of operation states what? The rotating magnetic field cuts the rotor winding. That's why rotor winding are short circuited in the squirrel cage and the wound round, which produces a rotor current, and that rotor current again produces another magnetic field. Due to that, a torque is produced due to the interaction of the magnetic flux of the rotor and the stator, which is denoted as torque induced by K Br into Bs, where torque Ind is the induced torque and Br and Bs are the magnetic flux densities of the rotor and stator. And I hope you understood all the points. I have done this thing in very much in a brief manner with all the main points. I hope you understood the concept very clearly. Till then, be happy and have a great day, and today's lecture ends here. Now is the code time. Mistakes are a fact of life. It is the response to error that counts. I hope all of you understood the lecture of today, and thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.